Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we're going to go over something a little bit controversial. Should that club be releasing through contact? And we're going to talk about why the club head will always release, no matter if we're doing more of a square release. Robin's going to demonstrate a few, or we're doing more of a roll release. The club face is always turning over, but it's just how much it's turning over is going to be the differentiating factor. So let's start out with a square release. So there's a really good study by Phil Cheatham. He took, I think, 100 tour players, has 3D data showing exactly how much the club rotates. And we have something called handle twist velocity. So how much is this handle twisting? How much is this club face releasing as they're coming through impact? So that's just the last couple, few inches before and through impact here. And what they found is there's players that have a low handle twist velocity. Those players, if we're looking from this angle, tended to be more open with their body at impact. So go ahead and kind of pause for impact on a more open. So the hips are opening more, the shoulders are opening more. As it goes a little more through contact, the shoulders tend to be a little bit steeper if you have a low twist velocity. So think about a guy like, Zach Johnson is a great one that has low handle twist, just kind of be square through the ball. That might be a good visualization in your head. There's been a little bit of debate about what makes up with that, but this is based on the data that Phil Cheatham has. Now, the second one would be more of a roll release. This would be something kind of like we'd see with Tiger Woods or Adam Scott. And from there, the hips are going to be a little bit more square. The body isn't going to open up as much. And as you're seeing the club kind of release on through there, then the hands will be rolling over a little bit more. So basically what's happening is the body is slowing down and the club is kind of turning on over past. So there's a lot of different variations of this, but we're just kind of talking about the general idea. Now the big thing to realize is, even if you're doing any of these, you're still rotating that face. So even on the guys that were twisting the least, that face was still turning on over. On average, Flight Scope tells us that the heel of the club, so go ahead and hold up your driver here, the heel of the club as you're coming through impact is moving about 12 to 14 miles an hour slower than the toe of the club coming through the hitting zone. So maybe if you're a lower release player or more of a square player, the heel is only moving, or the toe is only moving maybe 8 or 10 miles an hour faster than the toe. If you're more of a roll release, then you may be moving 12 or 14 miles an hour, 15, 16 miles an hour faster with the toe of the club. But the important key there, what I believe, is that we got to let that club head release some. So even if we're more of a square player, you shouldn't feel like you're just kind of holding with the hands really, really tight. When we tighten up those hands, we get rid of that straight line release out in front, which you'll get with either one of these, and you start to sacrifice some distance. So why don't you go ahead and hit one, Robin, sure. And we'll talk about, we'll kind of show a slow motion video here in a second, okay. But just go ahead and just do normal swing, and we'll kind of give you a good example of a roll release here. All right, nice shot, killed that one. So in that swing, if we take a look at the slow motion video, we're seeing that Robin is more of a roll release. So he stays pretty square through impact, definitely not flipping. That club is still releasing on out in front. So a bad thing would be if we're flipping back here, he's releasing that club out in front, but then the hands are rolling on over each other. We'd probably see, if we put that on video, somewhere in the middle, I'd say, of the handle twist velocity, but yeah, definitely more of the roll released type player. So you're a pretty good company, Adam Scott, Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, those are pretty good players, yeah, right? So keep that in mind, guys. No matter what you're doing, you got to be releasing that club out in front. So even if we're high or low twist, we're still letting this club release out in front of the ball. And don't try to hold that face perfectly square. You're going to get tight and it's probably going to sacrifice some distance. So best of luck to you guys. We'll see y'all soon. Hey guys, hope y'all really enjoyed that video. I got an awesome bonus video for you. So now we know there may be differences in how we release this club, but there's one thing that every good player has in common, and that's what we call the straight line release. So no matter how you're letting that club roll, we all have to get that club releasing in front of the golf ball so that we have forward shaft lean and we're getting that club just to whip through there with a lot of speed. So I got a preview of one of our best videos on the straight line release. It's going to go over exactly what's going on here in a second. If you want to see that entire video, plus 5 bonus videos that go over the Top Speed Golf system, just go ahead and click on the iCards that pop up in your screen and you'll get instant access to those. I'll see you all in the straight line release video. Best of luck with your distance. Go out there and rip the ball. You know, a common misconception I see is that we want to create lag and we just want to hold that lag all the way on through contact and get as much lag as we can coming through contact, and that's simply not true. In the release section, we're going to talk about how to turn that lag into energy, how to turn that into speed so that you can hit it very far and do it, like we mentioned, without hardly any effort at all. And as we're coming through contact, we're going to fully release this angle as we're about 45 past contact. So if I draw, a 45-degree angle, I should be looking at both arms, nice and straight, the club splitting those arms, so that by releasing the club, by getting this angle to release as we're coming through contact, that's what's going to create the speed. Our hands are moving a very short distance, our club is moving a very long distance through contact, and it creates that whip-like effect.
Very different swings, hitting the exact same position. So first let's take a look at Dustin Johnson, releasing the club 45 past. And the reason we're going to see such different swings producing similar positions is that this is the real physics of how this has to happen. Here we're looking at Sergio Garcia. Again, we're going to see tons of